How's it going, everyone? We're going to look at another top 30 visit for the Packers. So in this one, we are going to look at Omar Brown, cornerback out of Nebraska. So Omar Brown is currently ranked 327th overall out of all the players. He's currently projected to be either a very late day 3 pick or potentially undrafted. So he's very, very far, but he's actually garnered a lot of interest from a lot of teams. So Omar Brown has a RAS score of 6.57, nothing great, kind of in that medium area. Comes in at 6 foot tall and weighs 205 pounds. He had a vertical jump of 35 inches and a broad jump of 10 feet and ran the 40-yard dash in 4.53 seconds. So nothing really eye-popping with his stats, and they have him listed here on his RAS score as a free safety because he kind of played more of like a box type safety at his time at Nebraska. So for his collegiate career, he actually played 5 total years. His first 3 years were at Northern Iowa, and then he transferred over, and in his final 2 years, he played at Nebraska. So in 2019, he played 850 total snaps for Northern Iowa, had a defensive grade of 75.9, a run defense grade of 76, a tackling grade of 67.2, and a coverage grade of 78.1. He had 46 total tackles for them, 17 stops, and was targeted 53 times and allowed 30 receptions, and had 5 picks for them, as well as 5 pass breakups. So a pretty good start off to his collegiate career. Then in 2020, played 442 snaps for them, had a defensive grade of 88.8, run defensive grade of 81.2, tackling grade of 90.1, and a coverage grade of 89.8. Ended up with 24 total tackles for them, 10 stops, was targeted 21 times and only allowed 9 receptions, and had an interception and 5 pass breakups. Then in his 2021 season, his final year at Northern Iowa, played 468 total snaps for them, had a defensive grade of 83.7, a run defensive grade of 67.5, a tackling grade of 67.2, and a coverage grade of 86 even. He had contributed 27 total tackles, had 12 stops, was targeted 31 times, and had 17 receptions. Ended up with 1 pick and 3 pass breakups. And for his time at Northern Iowa, he actually played as a boundary cornerback. He wasn't a slot cornerback. He was mainly on the outside and didn't play much safety. Then when he transferred over to Nebraska, that's where they kind of switched positions and became a slot corner and a box type safety. So in Nebraska, he only actually played 53 total snaps in his first year, so didn't really have too many snaps played. Then in his final year, played 665 total snaps, had a defensive grade of 82.8, run defensive grade of 70.3, tackling grade of 60.6, and a coverage grade of 84.5. Contributed 49 total tackles, had 18 stops, was targeted 59 times and allowed 35 receptions, and had 1 pick and 2 pass breakups. So pretty much every year where he played significant snaps, he did well on the defensive side. He did well at Northern Iowa on the outside, and then going to Nebraska when he finally played in his final year, did really well in the corner or in the slot position and also in the box safety. So for his snaps played in his final year as a box safety, as we can see, he played 147 total snaps, and as a slot corner, 434 total snaps. So mainly a slot corner, but still had that flexibility to also play it as just a box safety. So what are some of the pros for Omar Brown? Well, he has quick feet and excellent change of direction ability, capable of mirroring quickness underneath, has the violent hands to discard receivers and smaller tight ends, and Brown is a sure tackler. In coverage, he shows good instincts when sitting back in zone with click and close ability and good ball tracking. His ball skills are very good. Brown tracks the ball well downfield and has the hands and coordinations to come away with interceptions even when he isn't targeted often. Eager to come downhill as a tackler and plays with physical edge, and he's effective as a blitzer. He's tall framed with long arms to match. With his powerful hands, straight line speed, and fluidity in his hips, turning and chasing downfield shouldn't be a problem. And he's tough and scrappy with forceful nature to be physical at all levels of the field, has good bulk on his frame to be aggressive in run support. Now, as for his cons, he's a little bit tight and straight line-ish as an athlete, and Brown struggles when he has to mirror quickness, which is interesting since he is capable of doing it, but he just needs to actually harness that ability fully. He's not an explosive player and needs to show better bend and flexibility in his drops, and he plays too high, and needs to develop a better understanding of route combinations and better overall vision. So, despite how well he played at Northern Iowa and his final 1 year at Nebraska, he isn't projected very high, but he comes with an interesting profile. He's played well when given a chance, and he has decent metrics. A lot of teams are a little bit interested because it was 3 years at Northern Iowa and then just a year at Nebraska, and he did switch positions. What type of role can he play at the NFL level? And what team feels like they're going to be able to develop him? At a late day 3 pick, pretty much, I feel like any team feel like they could potentially take a flyer and develop him. The Packers could potentially be one of those teams, and I kind of hope they do. Safety is still kind of a need, and it could be a good special teams player and a long-term developmental prospect to see if there could be something more to him. We have Jeff Hafley, who specializes in defensive backs and can actually help him with the better route combinations, make it easier for him to learn defenses and get better to where he could actually become a decent contributing player, or who knows, even better. He has a lot of things you like. He's downhill, he hits hard, and he's not afraid to tackle. He's a short tackler. That's great to hear, especially with how many non-short tacklers it seems like we have with the Packers. So taking a flyer in the late day 3 or as an undrafted free agent, sure, why not? Bring him in the camp, see what this kid is made of. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.